Welcome to Whole and Healthy Cooking with Chef Val. Hi, I'm Chef Valerie Wilson. What are you going to do with those Thanksgiving leftovers? Sometimes you have way too much food left over from your dinner. I know that happens to me sometimes. And so a few years back, I created this delicious leftover idea. I call it Thanksgiving pizza leftover. And I've made it throughout the years, and it's easy to do, and it's oh so delicious. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to brown some stuffing. Now, usually your Thanksgiving dinner has stuffing. I know that I make my homemade stuffing every year, and it's one of my favorite recipes. I've been doing it for probably about 28 years. As long as I've been teaching cooking classes, I've had this recipe. So, the first step you're going to do is take a saute pan, a relatively small one. This is about 9 inches in diameter. Don't get like a really big one because you don't want to make it that big. And the idea is the bottom layer or the crust of the Thanksgiving pizza is going to be the stuffing. But what's really cool is we can brown the stuffing. So I'm going to take just a little bit of olive oil and put it in the bottom of the pan, like so. If you don't want to use oil, just put a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan so that you get some moisture, okay? But the olive oil, I use olive oil for almost everything. Mono unsaturated, heart healthy fat that they've been eating for thousands and thousands of years. And then here's my leftover stuffing. My stuffing has brown rice in it also. And I use Ezekiel sprouted whole grain bread. That's what's in my stuffing. And there's already some fat in the stuffing anyways, but the little bit of olive oil in the pan just helps make it brown on the bottom. Now, this is a pint size container of stuffing that I have left over, and I'm actually going to use the whole pint in there. Now, what I have here is I have a bowl with some water so that my fingers will get wet, because what I want to do is I'm going to press this into the bottom of the pan like so. I can use a spatula at first, but then I'm going to use the two best tools in the kitchen that you have, your hands. Just make sure that they're clean. And then I just put a little bit of water on them, and I just press down in the pan. So you're pressing the stuffing down. Again, you're kind of making the crust of your dish, all right? And the idea is to just brown the stuffing, okay? So that's the first step. Now I'm going to put it on a medium heat, medium low heat, because I'm going to cook it until I start to hear the stuffing sizzling. And that way I know it's starting to brown. Now meanwhile back here I have some leftover gravy that I'm just heating up. And that seems to be kind of warm by now anyways. It doesn't have to be hot or anything, just warm to pour over the top after this browns. Whoops, I turned the wrong one off. I was supposed to turn the the gravy off. All right, let's turn the gravy off. But the Thanksgiving pizza with the stuffing, that's on a medium heat. Hey, if you need Thanksgiving recipes, well, a few years back I came out with my cookbook called Year-Round Healthy Holiday Dishes. And in this cookbook I have all of my Thanksgiving recipes. And every year I make these absolutely delicious recipes for my sit-down Thanksgiving dinner that I have here in my house. It's kind of an annual thing, but I have the whole grain bread stuffing recipe. And again, my stuffing has brown rice in it. More fiber, more vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. Tofu turkey, which I have some leftover of my tofu turkey that I cut up in cubes. And we're going to use that in this pizza, right? Now, I don't buy a made frozen thing. I make mine from scratch. It's in the cookbook. I have also a gluten-free millet sweet potato stuffing. So the Ezekiel sprouted bread is not gluten-free. So if you are gluten-free, I have that in the cookbook too. And then I have my millet mock mashed potatoes right here. And that is another one of the leftovers that we're going to use in the pizza. And I have the onion gravy left over. And I also have the cranberry sauce, which we're going to be adding to this once it's all cooked. But I have cranberry sauce from scratch. So you can go to macrovale.com and check out all my cookbooks, but this is one of the 7 cookbooks that I've written that has wonderful, great recipes in it. And also, please hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel. In fact, I am launching a 1,000 subscriber Christmas challenge. I'm hoping by Christmas that you will help me get 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Because, in case you don't know, you can't make any money off of your YouTube channel unless you get 1,000 subscribers. You have to be popular, right? And with all the algorithms now, only the most popular things are seen. So you, my dedicated followers who are so interested in healthy cooking, everything organic, everything whole foods, and of course, my recipes are also vegan. So we're living a really healthy lifestyle. If you could help me out, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And then what I need you to do is I need you to tell you all your friends and family to go to Chef Valerie Wilson on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. And then take a look at all the wonderful videos that I have. And that will help me going forward, help support my business, so maybe I can make a little bit of money to help pay my bills for my business, so that I can continue to make more videos such as my Thanksgiving leftover pizza. So I can hear the stuffing right now, and it's sizzling, so I know it's browning in the pan. We can even just kind of look at it a little bit. Oh yeah, browning. All right, so now turn off the heat. Okay, we don't need any more heat, but I do have my oven set at 350 degrees so that once I get this put together, you're going to put it in a 350 degree oven for 20 minutes. So now we take the millet mashed potato leftovers, and that is the second layer. Okay, now this is cold, so it looks kind of like it crumbly because I got it out of the fridge. And again, that's a pint-sized container. So far it's pretty easy. We used a pint of the dressing and a pint of the millet mash. So I'm going to break it apart, but then I kind of want to make it smooth. So I'm going to use my bowl of water again and my hands, and I'm going to kind of break up the, you know what, because I took it right out of the fridge. Just kind of press it down and make it kind of smooth. You see how that looks really nice? Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take leftover pieces of my tofu turkey, and I'm going to put that on there like so. The key with this is don't, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't overpile it. You want it to be like, you're not making like a shepherd's pie or something that's big and thick. You're making what I like to call a leftover pizza, because that's kind of a cool name or whatever. So we put the little pieces of tofu turkey in there like so. Now, if you had anything else left over, little things you could put in there. Like one time I made this with some corn, just simple organic corn that was like left over, and I put the corn in there. If you had peas, you could put like peas in there or something. Just something simple like that, like a simple vegetable. Don't go like heavy or anything. We don't need to add like sweet potatoes now or anything like that, because we've got the millet mashed potatoes. And now you take the gravy, and the gravy is going to be the sauce over the top. And you want it to be in the middle of your Thanksgiving pizza, but you don't want to smother it. That's not the idea, to smother it, because eventually when this comes out of the oven, you want to be able to cut it and serve it kind of like in a piece. Hopefully that will happen for you. That is the end goal. So we put the gravy on there like so. Again, I'm not going to smother it. That's what it looks like. Oh, I forgot to mention, make sure that the pan that you make this in is an oven-safe pan, because now we put this in a 350 degree oven for 20 minutes. Okay? So we're going to pretend like we put that in the oven for 20 minutes, and lo and behold, Boom! Look, this is what it looks like when it's done. Because I did one before the video to save on time. So what happens is the gravy kind of melts in there. Everything gets hot. The stuffing gets even more browned on the bottom, which is very nice. Now, I must say, when I sit down and have my Thanksgiving dinner, I never like my cranberry sauce served with my dinner. I don't know why. I like it all separate. But this I created, and I serve just a little bit of cranberry on the top. I don't know why, but it tastes so good, and it totally complements it. Now, I'm not going to smother it. I'm just going to serve a little bit over the top, all right? In fact, I think I'm going to, like, cut it first. I'm going to put it on a plate, and then I'll put some cranberry sauce on there. Now, it's not really a pie, so you should be able to just cut it with a spatula. It's not like it's thick or anything. I do have a little server here, and hopefully we can get like a little piece coming out of it, because that's kind of what we want. Yeah, we want like a little piece. I always try and make it pretty on the plate, although sometimes I don't succeed. So there it is on the plate. Like I said, it's not a pie. It's like a slice of pizza. Now let's put a little bit of cranberry on there. Again, not much, just a little bit as a compliment on the top. Kind of like a garnish. Here we go. Like a garnish, like so. Just a little bit on the top. Here we go. So we got the cranberry on the top. All right. And so then when I take a piece of it, like I just take a little bit. So I've got some of the stuffing. I've got some of the tofu turkey. I've got some of the millet mash. And I have some of the cranberry all in there, all at once. So let's see. This is so good. This is so absolutely good. I love it. So yeah, if you have, I still have leftovers in my fridge. And this is great. In fact, what I'm going to do, because I have so much of this, look how much I have of this. I am going to package it up in pieces with some cranberry sauce on the top and put it in the freezer. And then I'll be able to take it out and just warm it up. And it'll remind me of Thanksgiving leftovers, just like that. That's something that you can do also. I'm finishing eating. Excuse me. So that is my Thanksgiving leftover pizza. I hope you get a chance to make it. I know you're going to love it. And please spread the word so that your friends and family members can hit the subscribe button and I can get 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. That would be a wonderful Christmas gift. I would be so appreciative. And for all of my upcoming cooking classes, recipes of the month, information about healthy food, and information about all I have to offer, go to macroval.com. And for now, get in the kitchen and cook healthy.